Hi, my name is Adam, and this is the Echo. And in this video, we will talk a little bit about how it works and how to operate it. The Echo is the new Divesoft analyzer. It can measure helium, oxygen, and now carbon monoxide. The analyzer has three sensors in it: a solid-state helium sensor, a solid-state or a galvanic oxygen sensor, and a carbon monoxide sensor. There is a gas channel inside of the Echo where gas flows and comes into contact with these sensors. The analyzer also has a fourth hidden sensor slot, which can be fitted with a sensor to better fit your own requirements. It can detect organic compounds, noxious gases, and so on. When you hold the analyzer, you can press the top button to turn it on. Once the device is on, you can connect it to your cylinder, either directly via the front port or by a professional flow limiter. When your analyzer is connected to your cylinder, open the cylinder and let the gas gently flow. The Echo is designed to measure a flowing gas. Do not just fill the analyzer and read it that way, it might not give you an accurate reading. It is also a good idea to wait until the old gas that is inside of the analyzer is flushed by the measured gas. Wait for your values to stabilize and then take the reading. When you are using your device, it is a good idea to calibrate it about once a day. You do not need to calibrate it before every measurement, and if you are using the solid-state oxygen cell, that does not need to be calibrated every time. Once every few months is enough. And now, let's speak a little bit about the user interface. The Echo only has one button. If you want to interface with it, you will short or long press. From the main screen, long press the button to enter the main menu. From here, you can scroll by short pressing and then long press again to select whichever item you desire. Now, if you want to return from there, you can scroll down to find the return or quit. Return will give you back to the previous menu, and quit will return you to the main screen. Now let's talk a little about the individual menu items in the main menu. To switch the device off, select the first item. To calibrate any sensors, select the second one. To set your device up, including screen orientation, select the next one. Then there is the service menu for shipping mode or debug. Then there are informations about your device. And then, if you select this, you can return back to the main screen. Now let's talk a little bit about the setup. Here we can configure our device to see if we, for example, want to use the atmospheric nitrogen or if we have a source of pure nitrogen. We can select if we want to use metric or imperial units and what the short press of a button does in the main screen. We can, for example, rotate it, have it do nothing, or hold the measurement that we have just read. Next is the charge. You can either have your device fast charge or slow charge. The slow charge will conserve your battery a little bit more, giving it a longer lifetime. With the next item, you can adjust your screen. Here, you can set up your orientation, inverse colors, meaning white on black or black on white. And you can also select if your splash screen at the beginning, when you turn your device on, should be full, or it can be also shortened, so you can use your device a little bit faster. Next are the factory defaults. You can select this to reset the device into the factory default settings. From here, you can either return to the previous menu or quit to return to the main screen. In the service menu, you can enter bootloader mode when you want to update your device manually, ship mode when your device is turned off for a while and you want it to stay turned off. Here you can see the raw readings from your sensors. Then you can enter debug mode and manufacturer mode, where you can, for example, calibrate the helium sensors or zero your O2 sensors. From here, you can return to your previous menu or again, go back into the main screen. And the last item is the About section. Here you can find the serial number of your analyzer and, for example, the hardware and firmware versions. And now I'll show you what your Echo can do when it's connected to your phone via Bluetooth. You can connect your Echo to your phone. Here you will see information about your device, such as the serial, firmware, and hardware versions. And you will see the exact same readings as you see on your device. You will see information about your measured gas. You can save the gas mixture. You can print it out as a label. And you can use the calibration option to calibrate your oxygen sensor with 1, 2 or 3-point calibrations. You can also connect it to your iPad, for example, if you would like to use a bigger screen. And now I will hand the Echo to Jacob, and he will show you how the Echo is actually used.
Okay, let's roll. Let's analyze some gases here. First, what we need to do is a calibration. So we need to be sure that surrounding gas is air if we use the 1-point calibration. This device can use 1, 2 or 3-point calibration, but for now we can start with a 1-point calibration. We have to go to the menu and press once for calibrate, confirm it long press. We calibrate oxygen sensors, so that's the first option. And the 1-point calibration on air, which is again the first option, so long press for confirm. And now we just press key to start the calibration. We wait for stabilization of the sensor. Now it's stable, so we just confirm the calibration with a short press and it's done. We can calibrate Echo also with the app. So we open the analyzer tile. Now it's connecting with the analyzer and we press calibrate. We have a 1-point calibration now with air, so it's to 20.9% of oxygen. We press start and wait for calibration. You can see also here that it communicates and Echo waits for stabilization. When it's stable, we press confirm and Echo is calibrated. So let's analyze those gases. I have absolutely no clue what's inside, so let's check it. We will use our flow limiter. That's a very effective way how to analyze the gas because the flow is limited and you don't waste too much of the gas. So we connect the flow limiter with a hose and with the Echo and slowly open the cylinder. So now the gas flows into the Echo and we can see the change of reading, and we can see now that there is some trimix. So we have a like 13.1% of oxygen and 56.9, so 57% of helium. Nice. We can print this gas. The PDF file is generated and we can print it when the printer is connected, or we can save it for later or send it by email or whatever. In the app I can also see the maximum operation depth of this gas, which is 119 meters and equivalent at this depth is 51 meters when the PO2 1.6 is set. But I can set, for example, the 1.0 because I can use it as a diluent, so that maximum operation depth would be 71 meters. We will try the next gas in the second cylinder. I connect it again, connect it with the Echo and open the cylinder again. So now you can see that it's moving and we have 0 helium in that cylinder and 20.56% of oxygen. So it's clear that there is the air. In such a case, if you have those gases, we have a second option how to analyze the gas, because Echo has this inbuilt flow limiter, which we can use for very quick analysis. So we can just put it into the valve and slowly open the valve. You can see that if the flow is too high, I can't read the helium value. So I slow it down, and that's why the flow limiter is always better option even though it's a bit slower. We can demonstrate it also again on the trimix. We'll be very careful and open it very slowly. Okay, now. So it's faster, but you lose more gas than with a flow limiter. One of the very important and brilliant feature of Echo Analyzer is CO detection. Carbon monoxide is very dangerous gas, which you can't smell, you can't see, but it can affect your life or health. So it's good to know if it's present in your cylinder or not. We have a very clear gas in Divesoft, but let's try it a little bit different way.
Now we're outside because we're going to use a gas containing carbon monoxide to see the ability of the Echo to detect bad gas. Now I'm going to go and open the cylinder with the carbon monoxide. I'm going to connect it up to the Echo. And here you can see the Echo detects bad gas and immediately alerts the user. Now we have finished the test. The Echo will alert the user if the concentration of carbon monoxide is above 5 parts per million. If you want to know a little bit more about the Echo, you can go and check the website down below.